Alright, on the bench we have a Superstar 4900B. What can I say about this radio? Super problematic. I've actually never seen one working. So this is it's actually a first for me. But yeah, a lot of times what happens with these is they become paperweights or bricks when you don't wire up a microphone properly for this. A lot of guys will take, this is an RCI style pin, but what'll end up happening is if you don't rewire that microphone correctly for this, you can send 12 volts over to a CPU that's supposed to get a max of 5 volts, and you end up frying the thing. But this one doesn't have, I don't think it has that issue. But I definitely think that somebody wired up a mic wrong. I just don't think it happened. I don't think it happened to take out the CPU. One thing I first noticed was this cap had vented. This is a 3300 16 volt cap, which normally goes right in there. So there was like 19 point something volts going. Let me get my multimeter going again. But there was see that? There's 19.36 volts going to this capacitor. That's, I don't think that this voltage should be this high coming across this capacitor, because I don't think Superstar would have put a 16 volt rated capacitor you know, across a circuit that, you know, is going to be going over that. So that's one issue. So I ended up putting in a same capacitance, just a higher voltage. This is a 30, it's either 25 or 35 volt I put in there for now, until I can figure out what's going on here. But whenever you key up, you press the PTT button, and the whole screen just goes blank and it reboots, kind of like scrambles itself, and then yeah, it just comes back. It doesn't fully shut off. You know, it seems like the board's still getting power. It's just the display seems to be resetting. So I'm just going to try to chip away at this, and there's some pretty good documentation on CB tricks on this. It's kind of scattered and all over the place. But yeah, this is where I'm at now. I just got that capacitor replaced, and I'm starting to think that maybe some sort of voltage regulator went bad, because I don't think that should be getting you know, anything near 19 volts. So yeah, that's where I'm at for right now. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll probably end up getting this mic. He had sent this mic. I don't know what happened to it, but I'll end up wiring that properly for the radio. For now, I just took an RCI end and wired up just a regular static mic here, and I do not have that 6th pin hooked up. So, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. It also seems to have some sort of electrical gremlins, because it turns on and off whenever it wants. These radios are very problematic, but yeah, I seem to, well, it's probably not going to do it now, but when I move this, oh, see? Yeah, something is something's not right with this that loom there. I still haven't traced what it is. I just know that it's probably just a bad solder joint or whatever. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And yeah, so let me get to this. Hopefully I can get this thing straightened away for the customer. But these things are super, super problematic. You know what? If you leave these things alone from the factory, the ones that make it, the ones that are still working today are the ones that haven't been modded in any way. These things were crappy on sideband. Not that I would know. I've never had one, but it's from what I hear. And they do all these modifications. You know, they try to get like a power mic and all this other stuff, and you know, try to make the radio into what it's not. And you know, bang, this is what happens. I'm not saying the guy who owned this did this, but you know, if you're not the original owner, you know, good luck to you for buying one of these. Yeah, I think that this was just a bad mic wiring that somebody had done along the way, and fortunately, it does receive. It's very, very staticky, but it does receive. So as far as I know, if the CPU is gone, it doesn't receive at all. Yeah, we'll just continue to chip away at this. Hopefully, I can get this thing going for the customer. All right. So got the mic wired up. Some of the features are working on, and some of them are not. Well, the up and down channel switches are not working, but the dim works. I think this is automatic squelch. No, that's the scan. So that's the scan. And this is the ASC. And then this button, I don't know what it does. Memory, MO, I don't know. I haven't looked it up yet. Still resetting when you push the PTT. But that channel up and down, that's a concern. Because I still can't rule out a bad CPU at this point. I just kind of just have hope that hopefully, you know, it's not that. Because I would think that this radio would be a complete brick if it were just a bad CPU. But I think we still have other options before we can kind of just give up on this, and it's, you know, not super expensive. But anyway, went through the receive alignment, ended up getting this thing receiving a lot better on all modes. Actually, this mode, I forgot to mention in the first part of this video, this mode switch wasn't working. It would go from FM to AM, and then when you'd put it to upper sideband, it would jump. This would jump back down to FM, and then that would jump back down to FM as well, instead of showing lower sideband, upper sideband. So, got that fixed. So now it is receiving on all modes, and yeah, it's receiving actually pretty good. I don't know if we're gonna have any skip coming in now, but let's try. See if we can at least hear anything. Anyway, it is receiving. You can just barely hear. Like I said, skip's been dead. Been kind of weird lately. Alright, so it is receiving, which is a plus. I still can't get this RXTX light to change. I know that there's, based on the schematics, which again, they're kind of tough to follow, because when you go to CB Tricks, it seems like it was done by somebody. It's not an official, there's no official service manual for these radios, but it looks like somebody took the time and the effort to kind of reverse engineer and kind of document you know, the whole process with the, you know, schematics and whatnot. I mean, they're done pretty good. They're just a little bit difficult to follow. But as far as I can tell, I think there's a transistor here or there, or possibly both of them, that actually control the switching from RX to TX. So I have to still do some more troubleshooting, you know, so this is just the beginning stages of, you know, what I'm finding wrong with this radio. So there's that. And then, so what I ended up finding out was, so you have IC5 here, IC6, and this is IC10. So this here supplies voltage to the CPU. So that's correct. That's getting, that's regulating 5 volts to the CPU. The CPU, you can see this crystal here, this 4.5 megahertz crystal. It is, I think you test pin 2 or 3, somewhere there, and it is showing up at that pin, so that's a plus. So now IC6, this crystal here, so these two ICs use this crystal as a reference. This is 3. What was it? 3.5 something. I'm not sure, but when we probe it, we can actually see. So you have an in and an out. I think this one was in, that's out. Same thing on this one. Or it was in and an out, in and an out. I wasn't getting out from IC5. So let me hook up this frequency counter, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. So probe that one. You get the 3.579. Okay, it's on IC 6. And then when you probe, sorry, I'm trying to look through the viewfinder here. What's this one? Yeah, so you got 3.5791, and then move over one more. So that's an in and an out. Okay, so now you go to IC5, and I believe this is in. What was this one in? Okay, that's the in. 3.579. Now this is supposed to be out, and I'm getting nothing. So something's up with the IC, obviously. And then when I actually do key up, you know, with the mic, and I start losing everything here. All the voltages go haywire. I lose the oscillator. The in and out gets lost. It's just a mess. So I think it's worth swapping out this IC. They're still available. They're relatively cheap, and I think it's worth at least swapping that out before you know, considering the CPU bad. So yeah, but that's where I'm at right now. That's the troubleshooting I've done so far. There's not many videos on this radio, as far as like you know, people just trying to fix them. The documentation, like I said, it's kind of like handmade by somebody. It's done, you know, it's well done. Somebody took their time and you know, lots of effort to document themselves, you know, reverse engineering this radio. And there is an alignment procedure that you can follow. But again, there's just not, you know, there's no like set, like, you know, I guess there's not a lot of information out there on these things. You know, you can look at a Cobra 29, and everybody and their mother has, you know, comments on those, you know, as to what to do. But these here, it's, you know, I'm just kind of like going at the seat of my pants here, you know, trying to figure things out. And yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. But I'll probably make a part 2 to this. I'll swap out that IC, make a part 2, and take it from there. Hopefully we can, hopefully I can get this radio working. Yeah, that's where I'm at now. All right, thanks for watching. Actually, you guys can see here one of the things I was talking about as far as like modding and stuff. This you can see somebody had botched in 2 resistors. In the I'm not even sure if there's supposed to be a potentiometer there. There's a SSB power, and then there is I think that one says AM power. I think this is right, but I think somebody had taken out this potentiometer right there and then did this BS to it. From my understanding, these radios were kind of crappy on sideband. So there was a couple of mods you can do. I don't think that this was a documented modification. But yeah, this is what I mean when, you know, if you just leave things alone sometimes, just leave the radios alone and they'll actually, you know, live. It's when you do stuff like this is when, you know, by the time it reaches somebody like myself, you know, you gotta wonder what the hell somebody was doing, you know. So sometimes just leave the radios alone, you know, you'd be better off.